Hello and welcome to this extra edition of the Careers Chat podcast. We're here today to talk about the UK government's immigration white paper, which is setting out new ways of tackling immigration into the UK. We're going to give you an update and explanation and also some ideas of how to tackle issues that arise should this pass into law. So, Constantine, I don't know how you felt about the proposed white paper. It was a little bit of a shocker, but changing things from 2 years in the graduate route visa to 18 months. I think the key thing for our listeners / viewers is to say this is not an immediate thing that's going to happen. This is up for discussion and they're going to be considered, and it's all to do with reducing net migration. But I think it's important for us to talk about what people can be doing if this does come to happen, the things that they should probably be already doing. And one of those things, I don't know how you feel about this, is early job hunting, starting, sort of looking for opportunities, going to events, using the career service. As soon as you arrive, if you weren't going to, then there will be, events in induction week, welcome week. And I think that's really key because university career services want to help.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right. Not only current students, but recent graduates, they also worry about the outcomes of the white paper, when it will come in place, whether their graduate route visa will be impacted. And I think what you suggest now for students who are about to join university in September, October this year is, yes, start your job hunting early, as you say, engage with our service, and also focus on the employers that sponsor. So you can start engaging with the online tools that Warwick offers or your university service offers, where employers who sponsor international students will be advertising their jobs. In a way, I think at the moment is good to get a job because maybe employers who look to fill vacancies in the shortage areas would like to get someone in place before actually the law changes. So I think it might be really a key period at the moment to get these jobs.
Yes, and I think being aware of the shortage sectors as well. And, if you're still at the stage where you're selecting your course, think about, if I want to work in the UK, what are the shortage sectors? Keeping an eye on that throughout your time at university, I think is really important. Using tools like Student Circus to see what opportunities are, seeing what companies have previously sponsored. You can find that the historical information, but there's no guarantee that means they will in the future, but at least they have. And I think, focus on your industry, target organizations, have an understanding of what's going on in the sector and what markets, are they looking at the Indian, the Chinese, the Mexican market, whatever your home country is, how does that tie in? And, do things like, employability awards, because that shows a recruiter you're serious about, your skill set, your soft skills, because competencies are king in the UK recruitment.
And also the award gives you an opportunity to reflect on the skill development. So it's not just, ticking things off the list. You're actually trying to learn
and
how
reflect
to articulate
on it. Yeah, exactly.
That you have those skills. So it's important. But the other thing is speak to alumni, people who maybe come from your home country, maybe have done the same degree as you, just reach out to them and speak. Try to get insights and tips from them how to navigate this complex labor market, because it has always been difficult. We last time we spoke to Dhruv, he said since 2002 I'm here actually in the UK, and it has always been challenging how to get a job as an international student.
It's never easy. And I think sometimes people get in their own way and make things a little bit difficult, either with their kind of expectations that it should be more straightforward. No, it's always been hard. It always will be hard. It's hard to get a graduate job, point blank. So don't get in your own head. Don't get in your own way. think about joining societies. The number of people I speak to who have never joined a student society, even as a postgrad, that's key because recruiters are like that, but also they've got networks.
Exactly. You bring speakers, you can demonstrate your competence in communication, presentation skills, everything when you engage with these speakers. But the other thing for me is students, graduates need to remain flexible. Career transitions are notoriously difficult, especially after graduation. So don't expect that from A, you will go straight to B. No, there might be some other routes, but sooner or later, you will get there. It just might take more time. However, you are gaining valuable experience, valuable learning and development. So that would be my key lesson. Just be flexible.
And think about smaller companies when you're being flexible. Don't have this fixation with only the transnationals.
Yeah.
SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises, they are your friends as well.
Startups.
Yes, startups in particular. And there are visas for people to be entrepreneurs. So look at all those opportunities and navigate that. Remember, SMEs often are suppliers to the big companies. So you're building networks with the big companies while you're working with them. So I think that's the key thing. And finally, I'm going to say, well, what's your LinkedIn like? Get your LinkedIn ready before you even arrive, and whilst you're here, update it. Post about your modules. Talk about your personal development. Like other posts and share other posts with your views. These are all things you can do that will help you.
Of course, work with your career service.
Yeah, because we want to work with you. We really want to see you.
Yeah, we want to work with you. We want to see you. We want to share your difficulties through that journey, but we're here to talk through that, to see how we can do it. Yeah.
And we'll listen to you, but when you didn't get the job, and say, come on, you can still do this. What can we learn from this? How can we build on it?
Because we believe in you.
We do. We really always, I think the pair of us really enjoy working with international students and graduates. We love it.
Yeah.
We love what you bring to our work and to the UK. So keep coming, keep working, keep trying. And we're here for you.
Look forward to connecting with you.
Definitely. Thanks for listening, and follow us on Spotify. Contact us if you've got any burning questions. The email address is included in our details. Bye.
Goodbye.